When will the drug game be legalized? When will drugs be legal to manufacture, produce, distribute, sell, and consume? When will all drugs, everything, heroin, methamphetamine, fentanyl, everything, cocaine, all of it, when will it be legalized? We are currently living in Prohibition 2.0. Probably one of the worst examples of human history, of American history especially, but human history as well, was when the United States government banned alcohol as a substance for its sale and consumption. And what came out of the prohibition? The mafia. And what did the mafia do? They got into things like the drug game, as well as gambling and other sorts, sports gambling, whatever the case may be, that, is legitimate if given the right parameters. But I just question it, because I'm going back. The story is that El Mencho, or it doesn't matter if it's El Chapo or El Nachos and Cheese, it doesn't matter who it is, the head honcho, they're going to get their money. They're going to get their totals. They're going to fulfill their quota. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. That's why we have to legalize drugs. That's why there are cartels. Because drugs are legal. Are there cartels for cigarettes? Are there cartels for Budweiser? I ask you. No, there's cartels for cocaine and heroin and fentanyl and PCP, illicit narcotics, which should be legalized. And there is no earthly reason why they shouldn't be. And then they have people like that for marijuana. Marijuana, yeah, we can legalize weed. You can't. It hasn't been legalized across the board. It's not a national legalization. It's a legalization for certain states, certain state powers, not rights. And whenever you hear somebody say state rights, you might want to just step away, breathe, and say there are no such thing as states' rights. There are only state powers. The state has the power to institute whatever rules or guidelines they wish. And for the world, for America, if America was the one to say, hey, wait, we're not going to do this anymore. We're not going to say this drug game is illicit anymore. We're going to step back. We're going to get our money, because that's how it's going to fund a lot of things. The drug game is going to fund a lot of things. Hold on. Salute to Sir Rick James. Ladies and gentlemen, about the man with the wet on their backs. In fact, the individual that continued to come into our country and destroy it, presented by Scholars Underseas. Thank you very much for that hate, Sir Rick James. Thank you. Salute to you, sir. But seriously, it's so obvious. There has to be I don't know what the metaphor is. It's like a tick or like a snag. It's like a glitch in the Matrix. If you ever seen the movie Matrix, it's a glitch in the Matrix. Something that isn't quite right. Something that shouldn't happen. Like the two cats, the cat did the same exact thing. That was weird. That was messed up, and they knew there was something bad was about to happen. I'm not going to give away the action that took place, but it's a glitch in the Matrix. Something is crazy about the reason why America doesn't just say, hey, all drugs legal, adults only, consent, all of that. Same thing with prostitution, adult and consent, not just sex work. Sex workers, yes, but adult and consensual. That's it. The Blue Tomb is haunted. Okay. We're having a party if you haven't noticed. I got 10 people in here, 2 likes. You know what I am, Rick James. You know exactly what I am. Okay, but I just said, across the country, across the whole, United States of America, prostitution and drugs ought to be completely legalized. I'm not going to talk too much about prostitution. I'm going to talk mostly about drugs because of the Mexico fiasco and they're burning the Costco. That's when white people say, well, goddamn, they're burning a Costco. How could they burn down the Costco? White people got white people got indignant when they burned down the Costco. They could be sitting, reading a book on the beach with the white sands and the turquoise water, and then getting information on their phone. What? They burned down the Costco? Oh, hell no! We got to do something about this. Trump, get on it. And the dark, grisly and glum irony is that all those Venezuela boats that were shot in the Atlantic, they did not have any connection that I understand with anything that were related to drugs, or very minimal amount. There were like 14 to 15 different boats that were hit. The cartels go running around in Mexico. Trump just says, it's business as usual. What do you want me to do about it? What do you want me to do? It's not. Costco hasn't been good since they stopped the $1.50 dog and Coke combo. Bumbleclot. Epstein is the fart. What is that supposed to mean, Bumble? Now you lost me. But that's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Like, we have to acknowledge that legalization of drugs is the only way forward. If you care about, I believe that children are our future. Well, there aren't going to be children in the future if we continue to have drugs illicit, have them on the illicit list, controlled substances. You lost. I'm stupid. I'm gonna figure it out in like 6 minutes what the fart means. I don't know what you're talking in code or something crazy. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. Okay, you preaching to the choir scouts on the seas. Well, that's what I'm. Well, it's a choir. It's also a congregation. Whenever it goes past 10 people, whenever it goes past 10 people, that's a congregation. It was up to 26. So I'm gonna see how far I can go for this, but just legalize it. Just legalize. I don't. It's almost like we have to. There has to be that glitch in the system. There has to be a glitch in the matrix. Scott, I do need glasses. Now you're on the dust today. No, I'm talking about the dust today, but that's what I'm saying. It's so weird. It's goofy to me. PhDs, masters, even bachelors, even associates. Post people, eggheads, thoughtful, thought mind. It's something that's blocking them from saying no. We got, and then because it's not the politicians. Forget the politicians. Forget Trump. Forget Kamala. Forget Biden, Obama, all of Hillary, everybody. Forget all the Bernie. Forget about the politicians. Forget about them. Forget about your governors. Forget about your senators. Forget about everybody in Congress. Forget about all of them. The representatives, everybody. It's not them. They get the runoff from the intellectuals at the universities. They get the runoff from the thoughts and ideas that are expressed in those colleges and other institutions of higher learning. Sky's plug was El Mencho. Pedal is not fart. Air. Okay. Yeah, he was my connect. That was my plug. That I'm moving weight state to state. I was at the hotel. I was at the Marriott bagging up work just last Wednesday. Hey, we're above 10. That means it's a congregation. That's all right. But I mean, it is just amazing to me. It's amazing to me. It just galls me. It boggles my mind whenever I thinking about. We have thousands of universities. We have thousands of colleges and universities across this land. Over 1,000. And these are very smart, sophisticated, thoughtful people. There are think tanks, Cato Institute, Heritage, all these different places of thought and just people that literally just think of things and can generate funds through donations and from universities. They get their donations from the alumni. That's what I'm saying. Like, why are we even? Your kid's gonna do drugs. It's a good chance your kid or going to be exposed to it. If not, I was exposed to drugs. I never taken any illicit substances or controlled substances beyond prescription pills. But I was around people that smoke weed, and it wasn't legal at that time. It probably wasn't even legal at the same, whatever it is. But that's what I mean. It should be legal. The girl I was running with, she did coke. She did all kind. She did Molly. She said it upset her stomach. But that's what I mean. Let it upset her stomach. Why can't the individual have the choice to say, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't take this drug because it's going to upset my stomach, or it's going to ruin my life, or I'm going to be on, welfare, or I'm going to ruin my days, and my teeth are going to start falling out of my mouth. I'm going to lose 90 pounds. I'm going to." Hello. It's the Matrix. It's the Matrix. It's the glitch in the Matrix. His cartel does a lot of cannibalism. Oh my God, I didn't even know that. Drugs are good for you. Depends on what goods and what you mean by for you. Who is it good for? Depends on who it is. My granddaughter is always honest about her drug use, and she told me, "Daddy, Mama, and I took it, Mom, MDMA, and I liked it." Okay. That's extraordinary. All right, I forgot. Hold on. Give me one quick second. Hold on. Oh my God. Okay, I'm back. Had to make sure that was on. All right, so we're in the 12 region right now. 3 likes. Not mad. Cannibalism is an initiation for new recruits. Get out of here. Stop playing. That's real. Holy shit. That's crazy. Damn. I didn't know it was like that. I just kept on seeing reports of saying, tourists and stuff like that were getting, and they were setting fires to cars, and, people at the gas station, they set the gas station on fire and stuff like that. I was like, these niggas is wilding. These spics is going crazy. Eating a heart out of a living person? Wait, you got. Hold on. Before we go any further, because I was believing you to an extent there. Give me an article. Send it to my email. Bumba. Skyler Saunders, SkylerSaunders @gmail.com. I'm gonna start looking it up right now. But you send your some words. Cannibalism Mencho. Jalisco New Generation, Mexico's most aggressive drug cartel. Dismemberment and cannibalism. Good God Almighty. Gunmen took to the streets in Mexico, set off a wave of violence after the killing of Nemesio Oseguero Cervantes, also called El Mencho, one of the most wanted drug kingpins in the country. But why? He should be living his life, enjoying his money, enjoying his women. If he likes, young guys, 21 and older, 18 and older, that's his problem. Not his problem, but that's his fetish or whatever it is, what he likes. I'm like, you need to show some receipts. Look it up. It's on a channel called Disturbed Reality. Yeah. No, I just looked it up. He was pure evil. But why was he pure evil? He was a businessman. I'm not giving him the credit of being a businessman. I'm just saying in a sense that in a rational world, in an objective world, we would have El Mencho be a great businessman. He'd be making billions of dollars. Because there's demand. There's a demand for cocaine. Cocaine is cocaine again. For like throughout the late 90s through the mid 2000s, cocaine got stepped on. It got, it was too much gasoline used in the mixture. Don't ask me how I know. Just go on. Just go along with me. There's gasoline and cocaine mixtures. That's how they create it. But lately, since like the early 2020s, it's been pretty goddamn good. I never have taken coke, but I hear reports that it's pretty goddamn good, and it's all on the cartels. Why are there cartels? Answer me this. Riddle me this. Tell me this much. Why are there cartels still in the year 2026 in Mexico? And they're shooting that stuff in Venezuela. See, that's all politicized. The government, the politicians, like I said, never mind them. This is all the institutions of higher learning. These are all the ideas that come out of the colleges and universities, the professors, the adjunct professors, the assistant professors, all of them combine and they create what was great. Like back in the 1930s, that's called the Red Decade. That was called the Red Decade because the intellectuals were very fond of communism. It lost its footing. It lost its place in the coming decades. They're like, it's all this communism thing. I don't know. It's kind of And then they make sci-fi movies with giant spiders and ants and stuff like that. And like that's obviously an invasion of communist ideals. I mean, you can say whatever you want. I mean, you can. Oh, you're looking too far into it, man. You can't. You're looking too closely at it. That's exactly what it is. I'm looking at it. That's exactly what it is. But anyway, and like I said, the Red Decade, it just happened to be part of Prohibition. All of the 20s, I think, were Prohibition. And I think it stopped in 1933, if I'm not mistaken. I think it stopped in 1933. But that's it. The cartel is worth at least $50 billion. So he had soldiers. If he had soldiers, he obviously had a network. He obviously had a lieutenant. If he got murked or if he got arrested, he would have somebody in line to take his place. That's just a fact. That's a whole fact. He would have somebody in position already rearing to go to say, look, hey, wait, whoa. If I go, you gonna step up, right? Look, you got to step up. You gotta be that nigga. You gotta be that spick. You gotta be that number one spick. Cause they don't. I'm finna go. I'm finna get out of here. El Mencho is gonna be El out of hero. That's terrible Spanish, but you know what I mean. He's gonna exido. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm laughing. I'm just, this is like at a funeral. You have that nervous laugh. Mine isn't nervous, but you just have that laugh. That permeates through the service because it's like just the human condition is to find joy in all aspects of life, and when things aren't joyful, you try to find little ways that are that help you, that aid you. So El Mencho, and look, I just said, here it is. Thank you very much, Bumba. Thank you very much. What's that? I heard his side piece snitched on. Ooh! Now, see, that's why I need the paperwork. Give me the paperwork on that, because they're probably not going to talk about that. That's why it's going to be the documentary. Watch that be on Netflix in like 6 months. But anyway, I do confirm and can tell. In 2024, the U.S. government had offered a reward of up to $15 million for information which could lead to the arrest of the elusive cartel boss. Now, I know you're talking about, it doesn't say how much the cartel was worth, but if you're putting up $15 million, they didn't put $15 million up for OJ. They didn't put $15 million up for the Unabomber. They didn't put $15 million up for Terry Nichols and goddamn, I always forget his goddamn name. Oh my god, Terry Nichols and y'all might have to help me out. God damn it, I can't think of his name. Terry Nichols and Timothy McVeigh. God damn it, Jesus! Look at the beauty of the internet. I would never have gotten that if it wasn't for the internet. But so Terry Nichols and Timothy McVeigh. Thank you, Bumba. Yeah, Terry Nichols nigga. They didn't put 15 million up for that nigga or his friend. They didn't put that much up. They 100,000. You know, I think that was it. I don't think it was like 500,000. I don't think it was even a million. They wanted 15 million to put up for this nigga. 15 million. That means that his operation had to have been in the multiple billions of dollars. Had to have been. No question. No question. Yeah, Bum was like, these cartels are no joke. Ruthless. Because of the fact that there's a demand, people want something, will do goddamn anything they can to get it. And when the government, which has all the power, people talk about having a higher... Do you believe in a higher power? Yes, I know there's a higher power. There's not a belief. The United States government is the higher power. If you haven't noticed yet, the United States federal government is the higher power. If you haven't taken interest into state affairs yet. But if they wanted $15 million for this nigga, they really wanted this nigga. Like, seriously. They wanted this spick. I wonder what El Chapo was doing. Probably figuring out another way to bust out of jail. He's at the Supermax, isn't he, in Colorado, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to look it up real quick. Hold on. just for the sake of argument. Where is he located right now? He escaped from prison twice. Well, actually, he escaped twice, but on the third time he escaped, he was captured. He escaped 3 times, it looks like. His reward amount, United States, $5 million. You know, $5 million. This nigga, 15 million. 15. Mexico was 3.8 million. And they probably wanted them burritos and tacos. And some salsa. And some guac. Where is he now? Yes, I was right. The ADX Florence, Colorado prison, Supermax. I think it's a Supermax prison in Colorado, United States. A maximum security prison. High security, as it is called in the federal prison system. Federal Correction Complex Florence, FCC Florence, which is situated on 49 acres of land and houses different facilities with varying degrees of security, including the adjacent United States Penitentiary Florence High. I'm serious, nigga. I'm so sincere. This drug shit has got to stop. We have to wake up. I believe we're up to 26 now. We're up to 26. Look at that, 26. But anyway, I know it's based off of heavenly, faith-filled kind of ideals. Oh no, well, Jesus, God Almighty, Moses, Muhammad, and Allah, and he wouldn't want us to be well. Well, it looks like millions of people are doing drugs. You might as well give them for freedom. Have them the freedom to buy these drugs. 50. Oh, did you say 50 billion? Yeah, it's 50 billion. Yeah, I thought you were saying the reward. The reward is 15 million. I wonder what El Chapo. Okay, Barrio Azteca is crazy too. Woo, Barrio Azteca. I never heard of them before, but that sounds like that's wild. I heard about different cartels cutting heads off, and putting them on spikes. I heard about all that. Oh, it's insane. It's insane. It's a mess. It's a whole mess. Like to just even consider it, just to consider how far we've cut, how low we've gotten. The war on drugs. The war. It was like Vietnam, then swoosh, right into the war on drugs. Then it was, then it was AIDS. Then it was the environment. The pendulum just swings back and forth, wherever the consideration is. And I just mentioned the environment, the EPA. Then you have AIDS, that's the CDC. Then you have the war on drugs, that's the DEA. CDC would probably be the last one to go, but I would definitely get rid of the DEA and the FDA and the EPA. They need to go. They need to get eliminated quickly. The quickness. These vatos are loco. These vatos are loco. Either wrong vaco with. Yeah, it just hits my freaking mind. Like cause this is all I got. All I got are y'all. Y'all, there's 23 people watching me lose my freaking mind right now. 22 now. But 22 of y'all watching me having this meltdown because I don't understand why the eggheads, the intellectuals, the ones that create and run and guide cultures and societies are not getting into the heads of the politicians and showing them and telling them, look, we need to do this right now. Right now. And I wonder what will happen. I wonder what will happen. You saw what happened with alcohol. It got it didn't just get decriminalized, it got legalized. Millions of people, tens of thousands of people dead from drunk drivers, tens of thousands of people died from alcoholism and alcohol poisoning. Let that be their life. Not that they should take the lives of innocent people and cars and things of that nature, or take it out on their family, get drunk and get a pistol and start shooting their family and then themselves. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that we have the opportunity to do that. If you have the 3 cardinal values of reason, purpose, and self-esteem, you don't have to worry about these things. You have reason, purpose, self-esteem. That will give you the impetus to say, I'm not going to be a druggie. I'm not going to be an alkie. I'm not going to do that. I already know what the consequences are. I already anticipate what it's going to be like. I stopped drinking years ago. Caveman 79. See? That's your business, though. You could be drinking right now while you're talking to me. You could be sipping on a Mai Tai or down in Jägermeister. I don't know. But if you stop drinking, hey, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. That could just be a regular personal thing. I'm not going to say, oh, well, congratulations. I'm just going to say, okay, that's great. Well, not. Okay, I don't even know where I am. I don't know what happened. I just reset. It was too many people in here, I think. And they wanted me to get downsized. They're trying, because I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the reality. I'm telling the facts. That's all I'm doing. I'm showing you straight up facts, the cold, raw, information. They already got 25 National Guard. What do you mean, Bumba? I don't know what you mean. Who is they, and what do you mean got? I don't even know when you sent that, because the screen just freezed. Or froze. Is it freezed or froze? I just think it's froze. It froze. The screen froze for a good minute. Back to my 24. Okay, I got my 24 back. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You can't hear me right now? Tell me you can't hear me right now. Can, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Can you hear me? Okay, you can hear me. Good. All right. I was gonna lose my mind. After a day like this, when I go up to 24, 21 people watching one time, are you kidding me? I'm going in. All right. Enough with the spics in Mexico. Let's talk about the niggas in abroad, over and abroad. Nigga, that's all it is. I can't even say the word. I have to put in phonetic language when I'm writing. It has to be November. But nigger, Nigger, the hard R, the ER, nigger. There's apparently an actor or some kind of entertainment person named John Davidson. If I'm not correct, hold on. Because there is another John Davidson. Yeah, he says, I swear, subject John Davidson says, Tarot's ticks are involuntary after shouting N-word at BAFTAs. Deeply, let me see, mortified if anyone thinks it was intentional. Okay. I'm going to just say okay. You know, what was it though? What was it in his mind? What was it in his thoughts? See, in his thoughts, it probably was an integration. There was something that he says all the time, allegedly. Nigger, nigger, nigger. Look at this nigger. There's another nigger. There's another nigger, 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 nigger. And he stops, and there's no niggers. Then, when he sees a nigger, the Tourette's and the default, as Charlemagne the God said, came out and like they combined, and he said, nigger. I was like, damn. Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo, do they deserve to be called nigger like that? And I'm just like, why don't we just leave? It's just like drugs. It's just like the drugs. I'm going back to the Mexico story. Legalize, I know it's legal, but but I said quote unquote air quotes, scare quotes, legalize the word nigger. Make it accessible to everyone. Say nigger. It won't be a problem anymore. If you, hey, good morning, nigger. How are you, nigger? Hey, it's great to see you again, nigger. All right, nigger, that's wonderful, nigger. I mean, Dave Chappelle made a whole sketch about it. I'm not gonna go into it because I'm kind of against Dave Chappelle right now. But nigger needs to be adapted as a word that anyone and everyone can say. P. Morales 23, me too. What the heck? Yeah. I joined at an interesting time. Yeah, it is a real interesting time. Yeah, we can hear you. I can, okay. That's a tree gnome villager. Okay. So salute to you, but that's all I'm just talking about. The nigger, 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 nigger. All about the nigger. Then it won't even be a the BBC apologizes for any kind of conduct that Mr. Davidson might have said. Like they have to come out and say, "Oh, we're so sorry. Please accept our apologies." I mean, like it shouldn't. It should just be like, "Oh, he just said nigger. Okay, great." Like that's part of his Tourette's. But I don't think that's the case. I think he wanted to say nigger because there's very few niggers that get on the BAFTA stage. Very few. Very few. There's like, what's homie's name? He played Luther? What's his I have to look it up. I'm gonna see. Oh man. I think he has a BAFTA award. Idris Elba. Idris Elba, yeah. I think he may have some BAFTAs. Let me see. What? Let me see. Doesn't say. Let me see. He's been nominated for 3 BAFTA awards. It's very rare that a nigger, a black person, a man of color, a woman of color, with nappy head, or curly hair or kinky hair, gets a BAFTA. They were just presenting. They weren't even winning the BAFTA. They were just presenting it. And the guy just says, nigger. And it's like, okay. He's probably been saying that for the past 60 years. Ain't nothing interesting about that. He's pretty low. I don't care if he has Tourette syndrome. That Tourette syndrome was triggered. It was triggered. His mind, like I said, going back and forth for the past 60 years, has been saying, oh, look at that nigger on that TV. Look at that nigger on that movie. Oh my God, they're all niggers. And then when he sees a nigger, the Tourette's kicks in and says, nigger, goes into high gear. I'm alleging. I'm not a psychiatrist or psychologist or a neurologist. I'm just saying, I'm wondering if that's what the case is. If that's actually what happened. If he just went off, and he just, nigger. It just went off like that. I don't know. He's Scottish, so that's white. That is white. That is like, no kidding, straight up, no blacks, browns, or yellows, or reds, Scottish white. That's him. That's his whole modus operandi. BBC producers say they didn't hear N-word slur as working in a truck following second BAFTA's apology. I don't even know what that means. With N-word incident, BAFTA have shot themselves in the foot. Why the BAFTAs must get rid of their 2-hour delay in broadcast live. I didn't even know they had that broadcast live. I mean, that 2-hour delay. That's crazy. So I'm just looking at it, and it's infuriating that the first reaction wasn't complete and full-throated apologies to Delroy Lindo and Michael B. Jordan. Exactly. As it stands, I'm saying as it all stands, nigger should not be said by white people. They should not feel comfortable saying nigger. Now, obviously, this is why I'm advocating. It's just like drugs. It's like if you go to jail for drugs, you go to jail for drugs. I wouldn't advocate it for for the future when we get rid of drug laws. But for right now, you got to go to prison. I'm sorry. Hey, happens, my nigga. Happens, like my nephew says. So I wouldn't put it past him. I would say, look, using the hip hop, right? Using the rap, right? What's the other thing that comes out of their mouth other than saying, bitches and hoes and stuff like that? Nigger. So they're gonna say nigger. And you're white, and the album went platinum. So the album, after so many streams, like I think it's after like, I don't know, 20 million streams, 40 million streams, it's all white people. The 20 million streams are like black people. 180 million streams, 200 million streams, that's white people. Saying nigger all day long. Nigger, 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 nigger. Nigger, 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 nigger. Nigger, 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 nigger. All they want, all the comfort of their home and the comfort of their cars and their Airbnbs and, going on vacation, going on trips. Nigger, 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 nigger. Nigger, 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 nigger. All over the place because there's no counsel, there's no parameters. Hip hop is a free for all. So why not just say, what is the word? It's not legalize it, but it's like actualize it. It's that's not the proper term either, but just transform the term from a derogatory term to one that has substance, that has something backing it, something that says something about something. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to focus on. That's what we need to actually focus on, because it's like you have all these people, billions of people around the world, billions. listen to hip hop and rap. Billions. At least 2 billion people, and there's 8 billion people in the world. I'll say there's 2 billion people in the whole world that are exposed to hip hop in some way, shape, or form. Harjit Grewell 3019. Are you gay? Why you're not not straight? Anybody that knows that you wear a cocked hat, you could be a heterosexual. I don't understand what the correlation is. Maybe it's a correlation. Maybe in your culture, you have a crooked hat or a side hat. But there's very many examples of heterosexual men that wear the hat to the side, and I'm just doing that at a style. So just to give you a little brief information. Michael Moran 2125 looks gay. Well, hey, if you say it looks gay, I'm just gonna continue to wear it every day like this anyway. I'm a straight man, and I'm very proud and secure in my heterosexuality. But anyway, Bastards host Alan Cumming, I think he's a coward. Alan Cumming is a coward. He made two state announcements during the ceremony explaining the situation, saying Tourette syndrome is a disability and the tics you've heard tonight are involuntary, which means the person who has Tourette syndrome has no control over their language. We apologize if you are offended tonight. That's BS. That's complete bullshit. That's bullshit to another degree, because he knew that this man is like 730 years old, and he's been saying the word nigger for the past few centuries now. He knows damn well that if it was, just imagine if it was not Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo. Would he have said nigger? Would he have said that? Would he have gone out of pocket? He would just said, wigger, or cunt, or I'm saying the C word on here, but I'm not saying a lot, but you know what I mean. It's like as it stands. I'm saying as it stands, white people should not say the word nigger and expect not to get a physical altercation. I'm advocating for the white person. I'm advocating for you. I'm for you. But I'm for the black people too. I'm for black. If they want to get down, I understand. So what I'm saying is, white people should be able to say the word nigger once it's completely released and it's on. It's spread across the world as saying white people can finally say the word nigger, and Hispanic people can say the word nigger, and Indian people can say the word nigger. Like, everybody can say the word nigger. It's free. Yay! Woo! Yay! Sir Rick James says, when we were kids, we were told not to use the slave master's word. These days, it's the rapper's favorite word to use in songs. Exactly. And I said Spicks. I said Spicks, the brown people. I said Spicks. Spicks use already. That's why I didn't say brown people. I said Spicks because Fat Joe, he puts in his music. Jennifer Lopez, her beautiful, Puerto Rican princess body, her mind. She said, I tell them niggas mind their business, but they don't hear me though. I tell them niggers mind their biz, but they don't hear me though. She said that out her mouth. She had to take the time to look at the lyrics and say, this is nigger. This is a word that my core audience shouldn't be saying. And it's like they take a point of where you have to say, I want to say that word, but I don't want to say that word at the same time. And then she said, I'm just going to say the word. She just said it. She just said the word. I was like, she said it. How do you even come up to a point where you say the word and then act like, oh, well, it's not that big a deal. It's not that serious. It's, just sweep it under the rug. It's not that true. Nice. What is that? Cruisinry? Nice. Don't forget the Twinks. Haven't seen that term in a long time, Rick James. Yeah. Rudy Herrera is saying 100. Fat Joe says it so much in songs, you gotta just comb through a song and see how many times he says nigga. And he's light, bright, and damn near white himself. So, or the Hindus, yes, exactly, or the Hindus. Everybody in the whole world should be able to say nigger, and it shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't be an issue at all. It shouldn't be a problem. But we make it a problem. Because when nigger actually meant something, like in the 1930s and 40s, and prior to then, and post then, actually, but especially during the 20s, 30s, and 40s of the 20th century, people were getting, shot, stabbed, castrated, set on fire, and had their genitals stuffed in their mouth, and then strung up in trees and set ablaze. That's when the word nigger actually meant something. And then they wanted to have funerals for the word and different things like that. It's not, you can't, words do die. They have lives. Sometimes they resuscitate, sometimes they come back to life. But words can die. I don't think the word nigger is ever going to die. It's in too many films. It's in too much music. Too much music. Too much music. The hip hop, the rap. I mean, I don't know if they did it on purpose, but maybe they just congealed. They just put together an idea of making it work, and they just use nigger just completely without regard. Just watching. First question is free. Next is going to cost you. Do you keep your sandwiches under your hat? Yeah, thank you for that, Rick James. Put your mitt where your money is. I appreciate that, Rick James. Salute to you for looking out on my pockets. Thank you, sir. But yeah, it's just so unnerving. It's really unnerving when you look at the whole picture of it. When you look at the whole picture of the whole whole idea of the word nigger, because the brief history started out. And well, they want to say negus, and that meant like kings and stuff like that. That was cute. But the Africa was carved up, and they gave it separate names. It wasn't actually called Africa. It wasn't called Africa with a C. It was with a K, and it had different other names other than Africa. But they had to carve it up and westernize it. Whatever. I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing. I'm just saying what it is. What it is. There's Nigeria and there's Niger, which is Niger, which is nigger. I don't understand why we don't even understand how close that is. Is that really Niger, nigger? It's missing a G, so I guess it's okay. It's insane. It's insane. Easy money 777 difference. What is the difference? And then I can't tell what the hell that is. I don't know what that language. I can't tell if that's Korean, Chinese, Japanese. I can't even tell. I don't even know what that means. And he's got skulls. Awesome. That's awesome. But yeah, I just nigga. And they handle it like professionals. They heard it. They're like, all right, and just kept it moving. It's Japanese. Okay, so you can speak in a language. Great. Sister Lockmo. So what going on today? Let's see. You give me $50 in Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. That's what's going on today. And that's all the questions I'm going to answer from you. Yeah, you're Canadian. Okay, great. You guys lost yesterday. First gold for America in 46 years. Y'all lost. Y'all took an L on the hockey ice. Because you're in my sister said she's saying I will answer this second question. This is going to be your two free spaces. Why would I do that? Because you're supporting greatness. You're supporting excellent journalism and thought making. That's why. It's shameful when I hear these new Mexican rappers. They sound stupid as. Yeah, I mean, I don't listen to a lot of Mexican rap. I don't listen to a whole lot of hip hop and rap as it is. Only when it's like big names. I listen to the Drakes, the J Cole's, the Kendrick Lamar's. You know, who I mean, Big Sean. I like Big Sean and just a few others. Um, I don't even know if he's making music still. And then I listen to like the old they call them the old heads. The advanced, the mature generation, the Clips. I'm not saying the Clips, but Clips. The Locks. They're not so mature, but I like their sound. Griselda, I like them a lot. Canada makes me sad. I'm old school. Yeah, I try to be old school too. I mean, I listen to hip hop predominantly. It's my go-to. But I love R&B from like the 70s and 80s. That is my favorite pop music, I think. Like Stevie Wonder, Bobby Womack, Donnie God, not Donnie McClurkin, but I also love the gospel too, so he counts. God damn it. What's his last name? Hathaway. Donnie Hathaway. Donnie Hathaway, the Stapleton sisters, Diana Ross, just a whole list of other people. I just love them. El Mencho is watching you. Salute to B Jackson. Salute to him. He always gives me at least $50. No, I'm just messing with you. He always gives me a donation. I owe him. He's on the line. Visit Beha Jackson's YouTube page and subscribe to learn more about sardines on the grill, fried chicken, near beer, and female strippers. Tell him Silly Sky sent you in the comments. The two best decades of music. Yeah, I think 70s is the greatest decade of music ever, of all time. Popular music. It's kind of hard for classical music because and I would say for the fact that there's the blues takes over every decade because all pop music is the blues. You can't. It is an incarnation of the blues. There's a spirit. There's a sign. There's some kind of element of the blues in every pop song you hear on the radio today. Everything. It all happens out of the blues. Yeah, BB King. BB King he's cool. But I'm talking about like Robert Johnson, Ma Rainey, the Smith sisters, all the blind musicians, every Blind Boy Willie, and all of them. The rock and rollers, they stole the music from the blues guys and girls, and then the rap stars stole the music from them. Like it's just they're all thieves. All your favorite musicians are thieves. They stole from them. But anyway, nigger. The word nigger has to be. We got to get past it. We got to, like I said, as it stands, it's just like drugs. It's just like the drugs. I want to see you in prison. I want to see you in handcuffs. Because you chose under the idea that drugs are illegal to do your dirt. You deserve a prison sentence. You deserve something. Now, I'm not going to say the death penalty. That's going way too far. But I could say, life in prison or something like that, maybe, depending on, especially if you're engaged in multiple homicides or murders or something like that. That's when you got to go to prison. You definitely have to go to prison for that. If it has to be drug related, okay, so be it. But other than that, it has to be, taken down to a point of saying that you are a criminal. And I that's what I'm saying with the word nigger. I don't want to see anybody beat up. I don't want to see anybody killed over a word. I'm trying to think of what, there's a, Like the word, Muhammad, the image of Muhammad, nigger and the image of Muhammad are they have a connotative kind of way of being. Let me explain. You can't draw, or you can draw all you want, but if you have to be under lock and key and security and change your address every 3 months if you want to draw the image of Muhammad. You're not going to get away with it. You're not going to get away with drawing the image of Muhammad and then going on with your life like, oh, everything's good, lollipops, and then no, somebody's going to bomb your house. Somebody's going to kill your wife. Someone's going to kill your children because of a drawing of a prophet. Because of a drawing, a cartoon. They're going to come through your place of business, your place of work, shoot you, kill you, all because you drew something. I'm talking about especially what happened 11 years. I think it was over 11 years ago. I think it happened in January. But 11 years ago with Charlie Hebdo. And what we should have done, all of us, was make T-shirts that said, was it Juice, Shujo, Shujoey, Charlie, or something like that. That means I'm Charlie, or something like that. We should have had Muhammad. We should have had Muhammad all on our T-shirts. They're gonna kill everybody that has a shirt. They'll be doing a lot of killing. If they had millions and millions of people wearing Muhammad T-shirts, that would be extraordinary. We still can do it. I don't see why not. And then they stabbed Salman Rushdie, which is ridiculous. I'm not blaming the victim here, but he should have had way tighter security. That guy should have even had coming 2 feet with him. There are people like Dr. Yaron Brook. He had to wear a bulletproof vest before. He had to wear a whole vest to protect his life just in case something went crazy. Especially Elvis. Yes, Elvis. Elvis is the truth. Elvis is the truth. Black people don't let that word control you. We're better than that. Yeah, well, if black people if they want to do that, that's fine. Yeah, it's a PDF file death cult. Where are you coming from, Chester? Where are you talking about, Chester McFly? I don't know what you mean. I'm confused now. But yeah, so we have to use nigger. Have to use nigger. I remember I had a girlfriend. She was a white girl. That's what I do. But she was just like nigger, nigger. She didn't say nigger. She had a friend. Her friend was like, "Oh yeah, we're with the niggers." She was with the shits. She was with the shits. She was like, "Oh yeah, nigger, all that, yeah." But my girl, she was like, yeah. And I know she uses it heavy. She has to use it heavy, and when not in the presence of any Negroes, any colored people, any African Americans, like Tupac said. Or, I like to say foundational Black Americans, FBA. That makes the most sense. I could be wrong, but I think that makes the most sense. FBA. They're at the founding of this country. They built this country. They took on the ass whooping over decades for this country. Fought in every single war. Every single war. Just getting pennies, just getting crumbs from the table. But you know what? Paul Mooney said it best. He said, I don't want a piece of the pie or the piece of the cake. I want the effing recipe. That's what he said. That's facts. Then that's what I go on to. I want the recipe. I want a recipe and a chain of bakeries to pop up. I don't need your crumbs off your table. I don't need your pennies. I don't need your coins. I want the recipe. That's a fact. But hey, I'd like to thank everybody that came through. This has been a good night. We were in the double digits for a long time, so I appreciate it. I don't know how many subscribers I got. I don't know how many people tuned in totally. I agree. I think it has time passed rusty slack. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But I appreciate you. Thank you for coming in, 64 Spencer. Thank you all for coming in. I should check back onto y'all tomorrow. Take care.